Good afternoon, friends. This is Nagaraj from Retail Research, HDFC Securities, Kanjurmarg, one of the technical research analysts. Today, we are going to discuss about the basics of technicals in chart analysis part 2. In our earlier webinar, we have conducted discussion on the little basics about the technical analysis as a part 1. And today, we are going to stretch a little more on the subject. And we will discuss about that price patterns and oscillators, moving average, etc., etc. So friends, to start with basics of technicals and chart analysis part 2, this is going to be a 30 to 35 minutes webinar, and I hope I am going to communicate with you in a better way. So friends, normally trend patterns in technical analysis are of three types: uptrend or a downtrend, which are called as a continuation patterns, uptrend or downtrend, in some case reversal patterns, and sideways range patterns. Normally market moves in a randomly. Sometimes it moves up, sometimes it shows some consolidation, sometimes it shows some correction. These are all, everything, this whole trend includes in three parts. We will discuss this part, we will learn this part step by step in the next 35 minutes. So friends, now start with continuation patterns. Continuation patterns usually show that the sideways price action on the chart is more a pause of a prevailing trend. Then the next one move will be the direction of the preceding the formation. These patterns usually short in a duration. So normally trend continuation pattern means the market has started its trend. The trend has already been established. After a bottom reversal or after a top reversal, the trend is established. After that establishment of the trend, sometime the price moves into a consolidation. There is no guarantee that price from 0 to some level it moves in only one direction. We are not going to see any correction. It's not correct in the market behavior or in the correct in the market concept. But normally market moves in randomly, sometime in an uptrend, sometime in a consolidation. It shows a many pattern in a consolidation phases. Either it's a reversal, either it's like a symmetrical triangle pattern, horizontal pattern. So many patterns. It pauses its trend for a particular period and again resumes the uptrend. That is called as a continuation patterns. It may be a uptrend continuation pattern or it may be a downtrend continuation pattern from a top reversal. So normally one of the trend continuation pattern, initially we see a triangles. Friends, triangles is what? Triangles is, you can draw a triangle in a paper. You can see the common pattern that can be described as a converging price. So what you can see from a higher range to the prices moves into a lower range. What does it mean? Means after moving into certain highs, after declining from certain levels, if prices showing some triangle pattern, that means that triangle pattern is likely to stage a breakout with the trend continuation. If it is a triangle pattern formed in an uptrend continuation, it eventually get broken out on the upside, so the uptrend will continue for further. At the same time, when after a decline, the triangle pattern forms in between the decline. It has an eventuality of breaking out of the lower levels, downside breakout, and the downside breakout will continue. The same thing will happen in triangle pattern. As we can see, a symmetrical triangle. What is that symmetrical? As I told you, it's a prices converging from a higher range to the lower range. You can see it from here, blue line and red line. Symmetrical triangle pattern is described as a converging top and bottoms. This is created when the indecision in the direction of the market. Once market moves up, established a trend, at some point of time it shows some indirection. During such indirection, such triangle pattern forms. It is the confusion between bulls and bears, we can see, and eventually the trend continues. Here it is what happened. See, after moving in a small range, converging towards finally the stock has broken out on the upper side. You can see symmetrical pattern, how it forms in a chart. If you are a chartist, you can see many of such patterns during uptrend. This is one of the pattern. You can see in a red line and green line, prices moving in a consolidation pattern for many periods until it breaks out of on the upper side and the trend continued. Here it was an uptrend, moved into a consolidation band, then broke out, then trend continued. So the next comes the ascending triangle. After the symmetrical triangle, Ascending triangle has its own significance. What we can see, ascending triangle is a chart pattern described by the horizontal top, rising bottom created with the bullish move pushes the prices against the resistance level. Ascending triangle is a bullish pattern that indicates the accumulation. Rarely can see, sometimes it see a reversal pattern. What you can see in the left side chart, the prices is continuously hitting the resistance level, but at the same time, the prices is finding support on the higher basis. Initially, we can see the lower levels, and after that, the price, the lower has formed a higher bottom. The bottom level has increased higher. What does it mean? This consolidation eventually becomes, after taking a multiple resistance at some point of time, at maybe at 100 or maybe whatever it is, the eventually price forms the higher bottom, higher bottom, higher bottom. It means it creates the energy for the further breakout. This during consolidation phase, market goes nowhere but creates the energy for a further up move. Once time it breaks out above the triangle pattern and leading to a continuation pattern. You can see here the second chart, right side chart, the market was in an uptrend and showed moved in a larger triangle, ascending triangle pattern, and taken resistance for many occasions. You can see it clearly. It's an equal height, and finally it broke out above the upper side of the consolidation, which is a neckline, and moved up. So now, friends, now we'll see what is the price potential of the target, upside breakout. If the upside breakout occurs after a valid ascending triangle, the whole distance of this lower end of the range and the upper end of the range. For let's example, take 100 is the upper end of the range. It is continuously taking resistance at 100, and initial the lower end is around 80. So on the upside breakout of the 100, the total price potential, the target level of this pattern is 100 minus 80 means 20 points. 20 points plus you have to add it to the 100, it becomes 120. From upside breakout of the 100, let's assume this is the upside breakout of 100. Eventually the price will test the 120 level, which is the target. Same vice versa, opposite is a descending triangle. Normally descending triangle forms during a downtrend. When there is a downtrend which is established, price forms the support. Multiple times it forms the support, but it creates an energy on the negative side. So you can see it in a left chart. First I will discuss descending triangle is a clear chart pattern described by a horizontal bottom and sloping high is created when the bearish moves pushes the prices down against the support level. Descending triangles are mostly bearish patterns, indicate distribution. Also a reverse. Sometimes it often also moves in a shows a reversal pattern. So we will see in a left side chart what you can see, the support level. For multiple occasions, the support levels have been tested, but the major trend was down, and the support level has tested. On the way up, upside bounce from the support was diminishing. For the result, what we can observe a lower top, lower high, lower high, lower high, and eventually we can see a downside breakout of the descending triangle. Here in the right side chart, you can see the clear downtrend was established. In between, this descending triangle has formed. You can see a converging levels with the repeated testing of the support. And finally, the support has been broken on the downside. The trend has continued, the downtrend has continued, and the potential target, what I mentioned in the uptrend, the same time it happens. Means if the support level is 100 and the upside, the range of the upside initially was 120. So 120 to 100 minus 20 means 20. The 20 points will be the downside target. From the 100 to the target would be around 80. So another trend continuation pattern is wedge formation. Either it may be a falling wedge or a rising wedge. Falling wedge is a continuation pattern formed in a price action and within a convergence of descending trend lines. Falling wedge slope down and have a bullish bias. One can spot to decrease of the momentum by looking at the shallow. See what we can see in a wedge, falling wedge and rising wedge. Wedge is a consolidation. It's a pure consolidation pattern. Sometimes we have seen, sometime back we have discussed about the triangle. Similar to the triangle, in a more narrowed way, the price forms. After some establishment of the trend, the indecision occurs in the price movement, and it forms a choppy trend or a consolidation moment or a wedge type formation. After this completion of the wedge, the price breaks out on the prior the trend. What has happened here in a falling wedge? You can see in a left chart, the price trend has established, the uptrend has already been established. After a certain point of time, the price moves into a consolidation. Indecision occurs. And finally, the upside breakout occurs from the lower level and price moves up. Same way, the upside potential target for this falling wedge would be, you can say the distance of the wedge pattern, you can calculate it from the upside breakout point. You can see it clearly in a chart. It was a long falling wedge. See the black chart converging. It was a long falling wedge. Once it broken out of the wedge, then the clear uptrend has occurred. Similarly, opposite of the falling wedge is a rising wedge. Rising wedge is a continuation chart pattern formed by a price action and is converging and ascending trend lines. Rising wedge slope upwards and have a bearish bias. One can spot this decreasing momentum by looking at the shallow bonds. So what is happening over here in the rising wedge? Market was in a downtrend. See, you can see the market was in a downtrend. Some momentum has paused, some consolidation, indecision has happened in between, and prices showed some consolidation pattern on the upper side. And after some time in the market, the chart has clearly broken out on the lower side. And the same way how we have calculated the upside potential for the falling wedge, the similar way we can calculate the higher side of the wedge size. You can calculate down to the breakout point. Means let's take the rising wedge has witnessed a downside breakout at 100 levels, and it's a higher range level. This higher range level is 120 or 80. So let's take 80, 20 points from 100 levels minus 20 means target would be around 80. What we can see in a chart, DJ span chart, after in a downtrend, the stock was in a downtrend, you can clearly visible, and which is also visible that the market, that particular stock has moved in a larger consolidation until it breaks out below the consolidation and the clear downtrend occurred, leading to a downtrend continuation pattern. Friends, let's move on to the next trend continuation elements, which are flags and pennants. With all these patterns like triangle, wedges, flags, and pennants have similar to each other because they are not different to each other. They are all similar. In a flag, we say the bigger confusion pattern happens, and in in a triangle pattern, the confusion level is very high, but in flags they are very small. The trend, the characteristic of this pattern are all the same for all the three places. So flags and pennants are short-term continuation patterns that suggest the price consolidation before the previous move resumes. These patterns are usually led by a sharp advance or decline with a heavy volume formed at the midpoint of the move. So we'll see the flag pattern. Flag patterns are the continuation chart patterns formed during the mid of the consolidation move and is confined within a small rectangle or a paragon. A flag is small rectangle pattern that slopes against the previous trend. So in a left chart, what you can see in an uptrend, same again, similar way market moved in a consolidation, formed a flag type. You can see in a flag, it formed a flag type pattern. What is the pole? This is the trend. The recent uptrend is the pole. This is the pole, and this flag has happened. In this flag, the market moved in a consolidation, and eventually it broken out above the upside level and moved up. Same thing happened when it was in a downtrend. The market showed some consolidation, moved up, and finally witnessed a downside breakout after a small rise, which is led to continuation. Means in a bullish flag, market is in an uptrend, consolidation happens, eventually the market breaks out above the consolidation. And the bearish flag, market is in a downtrend, it forms some wedge type or a consolidation type pattern, and eventually it breaks below this pattern, leading to a downtrend continuation. What you can see here, lot of flag type patterns, bearish flag patterns. See, in a downtrend, showed consolidation, showed breakout, consolidation, breakout, consolidation, breakout. Similar way, trend reversal has happened. Market moved up, shifted into a consolidation, found a flag tap pattern and broken out. So this is a type of a continuation pattern of either upside or a downside. Pennant pattern. Flags and pennant are almost similar, but in a flag the size will be a little bigger and pennant will be smaller as compared to the flags. Pennant is a small symmetrical triangle that begins wide and converges as edges shapes like a cone and slopes is very neutral. While not hard as fast roll, if pennant contains more than 20 bars, considered as a triangle. Normally, pennant forms within a small number of periods. It may be a intraday. It may be intraday means a small intraday periods. Maybe daily means small daily periods. Maybe weekly means small weekly periods. And it contains more than 20. It automatically becomes triangle. So we'll see what is the pennant. Pennant is the smallest consolidation. Means in a sharp trended move. When the market shows a sharp trended move, the consolidation is also very small, because we have seen the sharp trend in the market. In between, the indecision period will be very small. Market shows a smaller consolidation pattern, breaks above the consolidation pattern, trend continues. What has happened in the left chart? It is an uptrend bullish pennant pattern. Here, right side is a downtrend pennant pattern, pennant breakout. Here you can see is in a downtrend, smaller consolidation and a downside breakout, eventually leading to a trend continuation. Here also you can see in a real chart, the movement, the price move was a strong move, moves in a consolidation, smaller consolidation, and breaks above the consolidation and continue. What you can see as a trader, finally, eventually it comes down to a identification of this pattern and acting upon this pattern. So when you see formation of such patterns, wait for the consolidation to complete. And you can see the volume patterns, how the volume is behaving with the consolidation pattern. Normally, when the pattern breaks out on the upper side, when it's in a uptrend continuation pattern, volumes spike out. Once it breaks out decisively, you can create a long, ride the trend, wait for the higher target. At the same way, in a downside, let the downside establish, let the stock price moves in a consolidation. Once consolidation ends, it starts down move below the consolidation. You have to create a short position, wait for the downtrend continuation. You can ride the downtrend and wait for the target. Similar way, rectangle formation. This is what we call as a sideways consolidation or a range movement or a rectangle. Rectangle means what? Price moves in a narrow range. Means let's say price came down from the 150 to 100 level. 100 level it took a support, moved up, 110 of 105 it find the resistance, again came down, found the support at 100, again moved up, 105 is the resistance. The band between 100 to 105 is going to be a rectangle area, and the price moves within that period for some period of time. This is the same consolidation pattern and similar continuation pattern. Here what we can see in the left side chart, the downtrend has continued, established, market moved in a consolidation pattern, range pattern, like a rectangle type of pattern, and eventually it breaks below the pattern. And here we have shown the target. The upside target would be, the downside target would be the range of this pattern. As I told you, if from 100 to 105, 5 points will be the target. Once it breaks below the 100 level, then the target would be 95. Sometimes there can be a pause in a trend which can price action moves in a confined between parallel support and resistance lines. Rectangles can last for a short period to many years. There is no time guarantee for a rectangle. It depends on which time frame you are looking for. If you are looking at 30 minutes time frame, looking at 60 minutes time frame, rectangle would be around the 10 bars, 12 bars, 5 bars, 8 bars of that 30-minute period. If you are looking at daily time frame chart, it may be as 8 to 10 days. It may be, if you are looking at weekly, it may be a 5 to 6 week, 5 to 6 month also, if you are looking at a monthly time frame. In the same way, how the time frame will be different, the number of days, number of candles will be different, and the target potential will also be the different. For looking at, if you are looking at intraday time frame charts, the range of the rectangle is around 5 points. So at the intraday time frame, you'll get the 5 points. Even though you are looking at the daily time frame, it's at 10 points. You'll get the target of 10 points. In the monthly time frame, it is if you are looking at the 100 points, you'll get the target of 100 points after the breakout. Only thing is that you have to see, wait for the consolidation. Don't act on the consolidation. Wait for which pattern is happening, whether it's a triangle pattern, whether it's a pennant, whether it's a flag, whether it's a consolidation, a rectangle. Wait for complete. And once it completes and moves below, you have to create a trading strategy and ride the trend. Here you can see in our right chart, market was in a uptrend in a larger consolidation. You can see eventually this consolidation has been broken out on the red line and price moved up, leading to a uptrend continuation. Friends, we have discussed the uptrend continuations, one side continuation patterns. Uptrend or downtrend continuation means trend continuation patterns we have discussed. The only thing is that in the trend continuation patterns, you have to look at the chart. As I told you repeatedly, you have to wait till the continuation means completion of the of that continuation consolidation pattern. We have discussed the triangle, we have discussed the rectangle, and we have discussed some pennant and flags. You have to see, you have to wait till the completion. Once it completes, you have to act on it. Now we will see the reversal pattern. Reversal means what? As I told you, that trend will be established. At the higher level, distribution happens and the uptrend, established uptrend, reverses. Same way in a downtrend, trend will be in a, the trend is a down and the consolidation happens and accumulation happens in a downtrend, and finally the trend changes, market moves up, the trend changes. The reversal of the downtrend, and in initial cases the reversal of the uptrend. And in reversal patterns, there are a few patterns which have a significance. We will discuss. There are a lot of reversal patterns. We will discuss the important reversal patterns. One of the pattern is a double tops and bottoms. Double tops and bottom patterns are chart patterns that occur like a M type pattern. You can see like a M. What you can see in a double tops and W in a double bottom. What you can see is a, let's take 100. Prices moving from the 100 to 110. 110 is a resistance. It finds a resistance at 110, comes down to 105, and again moves up. Again finds a resistance at 110 and declines. This 110 has become a reversal point and it has reversed the trend. Again, it comes down to 105. Once it breaks below 105, then the reversal actually happens. A double top forms when the price makes a higher high within an uptrend, and the double bottom forms when the price low in a downtrend. In a left side chart, we can see a double bottom. The prices of the you can see the prices are holding the support at the similar level, not exactly similar, need not be a similar, because every time we can't see if the 100 is a support, we cannot see the second leg of the price exactly halts at 100. It may be a 101, it may be a 98 also, but you have to understand, you have to adjust according to your time frame or according to your technical study. Here it has made a slight higher bottom. Still we can consider in a left chart as a bottom, whatever price you can take. Once it breaks above this area, then it becomes the reversal of the whole trend. The downtrend has reversed. Similar way, uptrend, let's take an example of 100. This is 100, came down and moved up in a right chart and find resistance at 100, 105, 102 levels and declined. Once it declined below this area, it has continued its trend, and the uptrend has reversed. Similar way, triple tops. 3 consecutive peaks between the horizontal lines is called triple top. Triple tops and bottoms, triple bottoms are reversal patterns. Triple tops signals the price is no longer rallying and the price has changed its trend. Friends, what you can see, how we have seen the double top. The double top, for let's example, that 110 was a resistance initially. 2 times it hit the 110, but here it hits for 3rd time, and it makes attempt of 3rd time breaking of 100. It fails to break above 100, moves up to 111, 112 or 108, 109, and eventually declines, moves below that 105 levels, and the trend has reverses. The trend clearly reverses. What you can see in a left side chart, after a formation of highs, eventually broken below the level and downtrend continued. Here triple bottom has happened. You can see a horizontal line. Exactly all the three down leg has taken support. Similarly, identical levels, lower levels, it held above the support. And finally, once it moves above this area, then moves up and the prior downtrend will be reversed. Head and shoulder. Friends, head and shoulder is one of the significant price pattern in a technical arsenal. Most of the people, most of the maximum used to see the downside breakout of the head and shoulder. What does it mean? On the technical analysis, head and shoulder occurs when the market trend is in a process reversal of the trend. Like in a human body, how we see the shoulders, head and shoulders, similar way the pattern forms in the price. Let's see. In a left chart, what we can see, the price was in a continuous uptrend, made a one high. After that, takes the support of this line, valuation area, moves up and made a higher high, and declines. Again, takes a support of a similar level which has taken previously, moves up, and this time it forms a lower low. A red line here, a red line becomes a neckline. Means this is a left shoulder, this is a right shoulder, and middle one is a head. Here the neckline, once the neckline breaks, the pattern activates and the uptrend gets into a reversal of the uptrend, moves into a downtrend. Similarly, it has happened like that. Only here the head has formed. After that, moved up, forms, came down, a shoulder formed. Eventually, shoulder has been broken on the downside, and the downtrend continued. But most of the thing we cannot see similar kind of identical head and shoulders on the chart. Sometimes we have to adjust, we have to notice properly. By looking at the experience, you will find it. These are the shoulders forming, head forming, and shoulder forming. Normally, volume also plays important role in a head and shoulder formation. During a first shoulder formation, during uptrend, in a head and shoulder formation, the volume will be very high. When the stock price makes a high, forms a head, volume started to diminish. This is very important. Volume started to diminish. Once the neckline gets broken, the volume spikes on the downside. Most people enters into the level. This is a head and shoulder. At the same way, inverted head and shoulder, similar kind of a thing. What we can see in the next chart, the bottom forms, finds the resistance at higher level. Again, stock price declines, the particular underlying declines, makes a new lower low, doesn't hold on the lower low, moves up, again finds a resistance at the upper level and makes a small decline and eventually breaks above the neckline. Here in this chart, neckline, you can see a clear breakout of the neckline. This was a left shoulder, this was a head, this was a right shoulder. Means this is a reversal of the downtrend. Downtrend was in force. It has completely reversed with the upside breakout of the pattern. See, now the question comes, what is the potential, target potential? You can calculate this neckline with the head. The distance between the bottom or a top of the head with the neckline can be calculated. If it is in a head and shoulder, you can do the minus. If it is 100, let's take our neckline is 100. If the distance is 20, the target would be 80. In a inverted head and shoulder, if the neckline is 100 and the lower bottom means that head was the distance between the head and the neckline was 20, then the target would be 100 plus 20, 120. This is going to be the target. How you can enter into this? You can see the completion of the head and shoulder. If you are particularly entering into a head and shoulder, let the head and shoulder complete. Once you find the neckline, place a order at the neckline. Once the stock price breaks above the neckline, you can create a long position in an inverted head and shoulder, ride for the trend until the target occurs, or in a head and shoulder, you can create a short position when the stock price breaks below the neckline and wait for the downtrend to ride and wait for the target. Friends, oscillators are established in the market as an overbought, oversold levels. An oscillator reaches the upper extremes. These oscillators are created by the open, high, low, close of the price. This is just derived from the price. Rate of change, what you can see, the overbought level, we can see some oscillators moves in 100 to 0 to 100. 0 or 10 is a lower levels, 100 is a upper level. If oscillators comes down to 80, 90, the price is in a oversold level. If oscillator comes down to 20, 10, the price is in a price is in a oversold level. When the oscillator at the higher level, price is in a overbought level. Similar way, RSI, relative strength index. RSI is one of the important indicator most of the people use. What we can use RSI? RSI also moves in a 100 to 10, 0 to 100 levels. You can see the divergence in the RSI. RSI, if price makes a higher high, if RSI fails to show the higher high, that is the negative divergence. And in the downtrend, price makes a lower low. RSI fails to make a lower low, that is a positive divergence. You have to be alert. When the negative divergence happens, there is minor consolidation, yes, minor downtrend happens. You have to create a short position when the completion of the divergence and wait for the trend. And in the lower levels, when the positive divergence happens, you can create a long position in the positive divergence, wait for some upside bounces to happen. Same way, overbought and oversold level. Many traders use overbought, they sell the stocks, they exit out of the long position on their holdings, and wait for the downtrend to occur, wait for the correction to occur. In the similar way, when stocks in the overbought zone, when stocks enter in the oversold zone, when it continuously declines, the people creates a long position in the oversold zone and wait for the market to reverse the trend. What we can see clearly in the oscillators. Similar way, stochastic also moves in a range. You can see stochastic showing negative crossovers. This line of the initial line of the stochastic cuts below this signal line. It's a negative crossover. This initial line of the stochastic cuts above from its lower level. It's a bullish crossover signal where you can generate trading signal. You can generate a long and short signal. MACD is a moving average convergence and divergence. It is a ratio of the smaller and larger term moving average. You can see the overbought oversold levels in the moving average and also crossovers in the moving average. When the moving average shows the negative crossover at the higher levels, the price is showing some signs of correction, downward correction. When the MACD shows the positive crossover, it indicates the price is showing some positive trend is developing at the price, where you can create a long position, and at the higher level you can create a short position. Elliott wave theory. Friends, R.M. Elliott has created this theory, and it is very complex theory. What he has said, that market moves in a sequence. He's invented theory in 1930. He believed that although to behave in a random and chaotic manner, in fact, it traded in a repeat the swings in a mass psychology. Means what he said, market moves in a sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has named as a two waves, corrective and impulsive waves. Impulsive waves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and corrective waves ABC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is an impulsive wave. Either it may be a downtrend, it may be an uptrend, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a downtrend. ABC is a corrective mode. What is this ABC, or what is this corrective mode? How we said that the consolidation pattern, symmetrical pattern, and a triangle and horizontal in a uptrend, in a downtrend, similar way ABC happens. The establishment of a trend will be in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is an impulsive. ABC is a small correction. It may be a small correction, or it may be a consolidation. It may be a triangle, whatever it is. And again, the stock price moves. Then the theory continues. This is, friends, this is very complex theory. It's not at all easy. The key drawback of this theory is it depends on the analyst reading of the chart, naming each move. If you fail labeling proper correct move, then the whole thing will be mess. You'll be waiting for an upside. The market will actually eventually show you a downside. You have to be very particular. Means you have to have a very good knowledge, understanding of the Elliott wave concept to plot the waves on each rise or each decline. Arithmetic and logarithmetic, this is not bigger thing. Arithmetic difference between arithmetic logarithmic scale is you can see in the axis, a major change in the price axis and the time axis. Difference in two kinds is logarithmetic is a chart. You can see scale point is equally distance. And what you can see in a chart, we will discuss the chart. See, you can chart, nothing is different. Only thing is the logarithmic, which is the top one, where you can see the price pattern, and arithmetic is, you can see in the lower levels, you can see the pattern, which is the trend line is far away. What you can observe, the long-term investor, you are investing a long-term in a way, you are analyzing for a long term. You can see people use logarithmic, for a short term people use arithmetic. So friends, we can see some time money management trading rules we have already discussed in previous webinars. We will discuss again. For creating the strategy or creating the trading rules, you have to have certain checklists before you. Unless you start, you have to have confirm yourself whether you are ready with all these things or not. You are going to the war, you have to get ready yourself. Are you prepared or not? You have to ask yourself whether you are prepared or not. Like that, the questions: what should be the size of each trade? How much you can stagger buying? And what should be how many different trades one should carry at any point of time? What should be the proportion between the different asset classes? How much leverage one should take? Diversification and concentration, reward risk ratio, which is very important. It depends on your every whole MIS will come into the picture when you have a proper reward and risk ratio in your trading. When to take profits, whether to take profits or in a time, or you have to spread. What should be the individual stop loss, overall stop loss? Sometimes whipsaw happens. You have to adjust the stop loss by looking at the smaller time frame. How much should one wait for? Check the whipsaws. These are some concept which trader needs to have some clarity to help him build wealth over time. So friends, these are the trading rules. You can even mention it down. Very, very important, because if you want to become a successful trader, if you have learned trading, you want to apply the trading, learn the analysis, you want to apply the analysis in the real market, and from the real market you want to create a strategy. This is the basic points that one should almost have before start of the trade. And finally, suggested reading. In last our webinar also, friends, we have discussed reading is very, very important. With this 30 minutes of time or 1 hour of time or 1 day, you cannot learn the technical analysis as a whole. It's like an ocean. The people who have learned technical analysis 20-30 years back, still they are practicing, still they are reading since last 10 years, 5 years. I'm reading the books since last 8-10 years. So reading is always be a better strategy. You can see the new concepts, new way to define, new way to look at the chart and apply the charts in a real market. These are the suggested reading. You can have a note. Friends, with this, we conclude our webinar, which is a technical analysis part 2 basis. And I hope I have communicated in a better way. You must have understand. We will come out with a more number of similar kind of webinars. You will get more chances to learn the technical analysis in a whole. Because of its short time frame, we have covered the most of the subjects, patterns of the this technical analysis. I hope you have enjoyed, and thank you for giving your time. Thanks a lot. Okay, 45.